At number 9 is a name that is familiar to many because they check in the chat all the time, but they've actually been past stars of the show.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the Johnsons, Troy and Misty Johnson from Colorado. Welcome back to the show, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Misty and Troy, it's a pleasure to have you guys. And, we've had the opportunity to know you and to serve you for so many years. You're successful real estate investors in a number of different ways. You've done, I believe, a couple of different forms of real estate. You're JWB clients, so we get to manage your turnkey rental property portfolio. But that's only a part of the story. You're also successful entrepreneurs. You own your own business. Y'all are busy out there, right?
We're busy.
You have, I don't even think I've started to talk about the kids. You've got a wonderful family. So, the question that I wanted to ask, and what, if you would just share with the audience, is, from an entrepreneur's perspective, somebody who has made a number of different investments, what brings you to the show over and over and over again? What's the message that resonates with you all the most?
I think for me, you have so much information about your market that we're not a part of, so we don't have any of that, news or stuff to look at. And so we're just here to learn from you.
Well, that's, is one thing that we do pretty well, right? We are able to supply that data, which, in real estate, you can read a lot of articles about what's going on, but there's no national real estate market. There is a very hyper local real estate market, and the access to the information isn't exactly what you need, right? Unless you're a licensed agent and you're really well connected, and largely if you live in that area, it's really hard to get that information. So we love to supply that data and that education for everybody. It's something that we kind of do all day, every day here at JWB. But for you guys have this platform as well as, I believe you're Fortune Builder students. That's how you originally found us. Is that right? And so you have the opportunity to kind of, decide and pick and choose between which styles of real estate you wanted to go into. What was it about the passive approach, the single family rental property approach, that jumped out to you as being your preferred choice?
I think it was the opportunities for passive income that'll take us into retirement. Because being self-employed, before we started investing, we had no form of retirement. So I was looking at working well into my 70s. And now I think in early 60s, I'll actually be able to retire and start to enjoy life for a change.
Very cool. Very cool. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we love to do. It's decrease that timeline to the financial goals that you have, because then you can choose what you want to do, with who you want to do it, where you want to do it more often. So it sounds like we've had an impact in dropping that by maybe 10 years for you guys.
Good impact, actually.
Matter of fact,
cool.
we just paid off one of our JW properties this January.
Let's go.
Fantastic.
I mean, I can echo.
We'll get to number 10.
That's right. That's right.
Love it. I can echo with what y'all are saying so much, right? Like being early in my entrepreneur journey, the idea of a conventional average retirement plan as an entrepreneur seems so foreign. And it really wasn't until, luckily being part of this community, I started buying up properties here too, right? And bought my 3 a couple of years ago. And now as we're looking at this, and my wife and I are buying a duplex, right? So we're buying our primary residence and one that we're going to rent out as well. We were just pinching ourselves of this idea of like, man, if we would have thought 5 years ago that we'd have 5 houses, like 5 doors, I guess is what real estate investors call it, under management, and what that means for our retirement as an entrepreneur, I don't think I could get that any other way. It was real estate that allowed me to then go out and, hire a financial advisor, Kelly, to then plan out the rest of it. But that foundation of having these like cash flowing properties that made it really real just speaks to me, kind of like what y'all are saying as someone newer in here. How do the two of you, do you ever talk about the show with friends? Like, how would you describe the idea that you show up to a internet talk show every Tuesday and Thursday, and you're one of the top 10 attendees? Do you ever tell anybody, how do you describe this whole experience to people?
Well, I mean, I've been trying to get my sister to come listen to the show and learn some about it. And she's usually at work on those 2 days, so she can't actually come. But, I just tell her it's a great investment and you should really look into it. So hopefully she will someday soon.
What's your sister's name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie, we're coming for you. We want you to be part of the community, buddy. Are y'all thinking about coming and do you think you're going to be able to make the meetup?
We're trying to figure out if we will be able to, but with the kids in school, that's kind of a hard time of year. So we'll have to just take a look at it.
2023 was a really rough year for us in the business side. With the interest rates, we had over a 50% drop in the number of houses produced in 2023. So
Wow.
more than likely, we're probably just going to be chilling here this year.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, we appreciate all of your support, not just the JWB clients, the opportunity to serve you in that regard, but you guys have been just a main staple of this community. So we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being here and for being in the top 10 list.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Johnson. See you soon. We're just going to have to come out to Colorado and see you.
Yeah.